Justice, VCRAC Crab is asking political parties to have hands off the district level elections because consistently he said it's been found out that many of the political parties and their various entities and protagonists really are campaigning for various individuals who take part in the district level elections. There is a concern for him as well. These are two top politicians, veterans who have been in parliament for several times and now tend to do a lot more overseeing of the political actors within their jurisdictions. I have to ask you, Mr. Kuntublanc, why do you politicize the district level elections? Why do you subtly tend to see posters that tend to have a shade of blue, a shade of red, and a shade of white, even though you have no party logo? You have posters a shade of green, a shade of black, red.
Your question again.
All right. Why do we politicize? I'm now on track.
Yes,
okay.
Because you said, why do you?
Okay. Why do we politicize?
Yes, because
right. Now my question now sounds more national.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Why do we politicize district level?
You are not far-fetched asking me this question because I've been a district chief executive before, and I know I passed through the local government system.
Were you an assembly member?
I was a DC and
a DC.
Yes.
You presided over various assembly
yes,
members.
Yes. Because so, when you go back to our constitution, mandate at 462, that is the guiding principle for setting up the local government
structure.
Okay. And the framers of that document saw the need, and I salute Professor Kwame Nawoy. He's the brain behind of this nice arrangement. They wanted the political power or the developmental power, let me put it in this way, get to the people themselves, the grassroots participation. Because in the first governance system that we're going through, the power hangs in the apps. Then the authorities take decision and bring it to the grassroots, as if the grassroots people don't have brains. So during that transition, they saw that there's the need for the devolution of the power from the top to the grassroots, so that the people will take the local governance and their development agenda as their own. So they own their own development. That is why they decouple political parties from that structure. And in the same vein, they saw that in selecting the grassroots people or contesting on their own accord, on their own merits as nationals or indigenous of that locality, there might be people whom the community like, but maybe he may have handicap of maybe administrative knowledge or technical know-how. So the Flemers also came with a system that some percentage will be apprentices, technocrats, lawyers, engineers, and maybe architects, accountants, so that they will help building up that local power, so that the people will take the development of their area
into their own hands.
They will make their budget,
approve it,
approve
of projects,
everything that they want in the community.
Set their own regulations.
Because like central government can come to a Kumfi and come and plant maybe a theater. A Kumfi don't need theater. They need breakwater. Where the fisher foods, when they come, they can land safely.
Is that what they need now?
That is what they need.
No, that's what they need.
Yes, they need it. Okay. Because anytime they go to fishing, they come back, they'll have an accident, people will die, even they will lose their fishing gear, and nobody will pay them. Disaster will come.
So now they need breakwater.
They will come and write, report, nothing comes out of it.
Okay.
You got what I mean? Yes. So with this, that is why the constitution, the structure was made. And let me tell you, it is we politicians who have destroyed the system. Because if you are in the country, what happened was that appointment of DCs, The local people, the local assembly, they have to approve the one they think they can work with, the one they think they can deliver. But because of patronage and cronyism, somebody might think, I want Roland to be here. Why Roland cannot perform there?
What has that got a relationship to do with politicizing?
I'm coming. You just come. I will land there for you, and you
I don't have the time.
I have to tell you to know the truth. Because all what you want, the knowledge and the truth. You understand? So I beg you. So what happened? It occurred that there was an assembly at Jomoro. That's where the thing started. The past government. They brought an appointee. Then the people said they don't want that guy. Right from the castle, they sack all the government appointees because they did not support the one that the people don't want. That is the beginning of the problem. So now I've told you what happened.
From Jomoro.
And they sack all of them. And the government appointed those who will go and concur without apology of minority. Those who will not cipher the good from the bad. They went there because government said this.
No dissenting view.
No dissenting view. Okay. They went there, pump. So it has had cascading effect in our governance of the local structure. Until we do away with those things and we go back to our foundation, where we started, I think this politicization will cease.
Mr. Pinto-Ankra, while you make commentary on it, why is it that we have the system? Then you also make reference to what used to exist before perhaps the recent past. We're seeing this emergence. Because if in 1996 to, let's say 2004 or something, we saw it without too much interference of political parties, why is it that we're seeing a phenomenon where the political parties have now been involved over the last 10 years?
Are you referring to the before Act?
No, I'm talking about a period when, let's say from 1992, we've had, because the local government structure came into place close to the end of the 80s.
Yes, so 1988.
Yes, I do understand that, 1988 structure. But we were talking about a process of implementing it and things like that. That's why
Sure. Okay.
But I'm saying, why is it that within the first 10 years, we saw the parties not very much involved, or visibly involved. But now we're seeing that visibly the parties are involved over the last 10 years.
I have been at the assembly for as a government appointee and chairman of the finance, and I'd be, like my Honorable Kuntu Blanton said, so that, Kuntu Blanton would go and, as it were, enrich our knowledge, and there were other people, architects and engineers who were appointed to serve. But gradually, like you are asking, it looks like the number of assemblymen that go there have become the barometer which the political parties are using to measure their strength on the ground. You don't get what I'm saying.
So give me a scenario. So let's say we have 25 assembly members.
Yes.
And
15 are from, I said their inclination is towards a particular party. It means that the people, like I'm saying, the people who voted for these 15 are people who listen to that person. And therefore, if the person is also inclined towards a particular party, he is going to, as it were, carry these people along to the next general elections. So that is why the political parties have become, and like Honorable Kuntu Blanton said, as soon as there is a change of government, even when the term has not ended, they will clear everybody. So the thing had taken a certain. If you look at what people said to the Constitutional Review Committee, the nation is that let us elect our DCs, so that everybody will know that you are elected, and you get there, and if you want the people to re-elect you, you don't go and align yourself to a political party. That is the only way that Ghanaians are saying. Would then say that we like.
Wouldn't that become even more political? Make the structure of the local government system more political? Because it will result in us having a lot more DCs and MCs in Ashanti who are more inclined to a particular political party. And we know, i.e., we're talking about the MPP and the Volta region. having a lot more DCs and MCs who are inclined to one political party, and I were talking about the NDC. And so particularly in a situation where we have, let's say, an MPP government in place, it makes it very difficult for things to be...
No, but the flip side is that whether you are MPP or not, or NDC in a NDC stronghold, if the people don't like you, you don't perform, they'll remove you. So that the devolution of the power to the people would be properly entrenched. That they wouldn't care whether you are NDC in an NDC stronghold, MPP in an MPP stronghold. If you don't perform, the government,
which also means that it could also result in having people of different political views working together.
Absolutely, that is what we find in UK.
Yeah, with the government of the day, because it could be a DCE, even though it's not your party that's in government. You have to cooperate.
Yes. And then people will be measuring you not because of what
I think that would have been better.
Yes, they will be measuring.
But there should be a reason why we have the current status quo. What's the advantage of the current status quo?
Well, I mean, like my colleague said, Honorable, what is his name there? No, the Professor. They had very good intentions in devolving power to the people at the grassroots. But it looks like as time goes on, things are changing. The theory and the practice are completely different now. So we should be doing what the people want. That look, allow.
You think eventually we have to do that?
Yes, I am a proponent of that. That we should elect our DCE and MCs. If he performs, people will vote for him.
So now the district level elections we're having, well, softly. Okay, so sadly you're having political figures within the constituencies go around the assembly areas campaigning softly.
Sure.
Because it's happening in my area. I live in a Jeffrey.
I don't want to play ostrich. It's happening. I'm sure everybody, maybe in openly they may not say, but in their private will say, from the president to everybody, every politician
has an interest. It's a tool for measurement, you say?
Yes, it becomes a barometer.
Should we divulge politics out of the assembly elections, and why?
Brother, may I have a different opinion? Because I've sat in the seat before.
As a DC?
Yes, and I want to speak from experience. Let me tell you one thing. Every system is perfect, but its implementation, human factor destroy it. And every system has a guiding principle and its rules that governs it. We must apply the rules that we have set for ourselves, else this country will not develop. If we decouple personal interest from the national interest, look, when there's peace in the nation, everybody enjoys it. When there's chaos, pastor will be affected, president will be affected.
Everybody will be.
Everybody, even the lunatic will be affected.
How? Where does the personal and the national?
I am telling you, he said something. How can you, as a government, ruling government, knowing that this is the principle or this is the law that has been given to you, that it should be operated, because you made an appointment to a place, and the people saw that this is the way we should go by it. You gave us the law, and now you are playing with the law.
It could also be that the people down there are also trying to resist because they don't like the political party ruling.
But
No.
You didn't get. No.
I got what he said.
But he's trying to be. I don't want to. He's my nephew, so I don't want to use something like I don't know, diabolical. But he will not get it. But let him tell you, that government was the government in power. You see, I don't want to mention.
You don't want to be specific.
That is it. I'm talking as a Ghanaian. So we will learn that we are destroying our system.
So you're saying the system as it is has nothing wrong with it?
I'm telling you, absolutely.
It's the implementation.
It's the implementation. You know, I tell people that socialism wasn't bad. Equity and fairness in distributing everything well for everybody to get. But its application, when those who initiated the law that governed that social act were not there, the generation that came, because of their personal interest, they destroyed the system. And look at where it is happening. All those areas. Now, is there any peace? when Gaddafi was there, they were condemning Gaddafi. That Gaddafi is this, that. What is happening in Libya? Is it peace? Is that what we want? If we want that man was there were peace.
So you're talking about the people?
It's the people involved.
All right.
So everything which is woman-centered, law must be abided.
Okay, how can we get the politicians out? For example, we're going to have, is it next month or next 2 months, the district level elections?
It's 1st September.
So next month. Just about a week or so.
I do not see how we're going to get them out from what is happening.
Because we've become very much political.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
why do we then want to leave it out?
We don't
that's
go
why I
by
say
the
don't let us play the ostrich.
We
Right.
don't respect them.
All right, my time is up though, but there's this I wanted us to treat, but we couldn't treat it. It's about the press conference by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and also we've had some comments by the NDC. Now, Ketu South MP Fifi Kwete has said that the argument of the MPP is shallow and critical because, you know, his constituency really is the border town.
Yes, and it's the biggest as far as the registration of voters.
In the Volta region?
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
In the country.
Right. And as far as we're concerned, per constituency, because it's a big constituency.
Yes.
Perhaps maybe they need to divide the constituency, so it will be smaller. I mean, just doing advocacy for the Electoral Commission. But as far as we're concerned, it won't be bad if you live in a border community and you have families in the next country or the next town, which is in the next country. And so whether you go and register or not should be irrelevant. Why should that become an issue?
You see, for me, it's that's...
Because we seem to have now tribalized the thing, make it...
No, it's those who are...
No, it's the argument I'm
it's the
saying.
argument, okay. But if we have a situation where a government, irrespective of which government, do not know that they have citizens of over 2 million that they have to plan for, that they can anytime just come in. For me, it's economical, it's dangerous. It means that our planners, our economic planners, cannot do any proper planning. And that, for me, is not good for good governance. That you have people staying just across, and anytime they come in that droves, 1 million, 2 million. And completely your housing plan, whatever planning that your ministry have done or NDPC has done is called, will be completely thrown out. And no, I don't think any country will allow such a thing. But otherwise, I mean, it should be normal for people to, you know,
and so that's why your party says there's a problem with the voters register. There's a problem with the voters. That's why you want a new one.
Sure, absolutely.
But the proponents, as far as on the side of the NDC, don't seem to support you.
Well,
they think that it's a frivolous idea. It's an unheard of idea for it to be speculated that way.
It is not even good for even Togo itself to realize that they have people who can also cross, about 2 million people who can cross over and go and add up to the people. I mean, it's
Mr. Kuntu-Blankson.
Yes, boss.
I wanted to, there's a question I've been trying to pose to the political party, the two of you, and we have to wrap up. I only have a minute, so unfortunately. The thing is, we have the Togolese or the Ghanaians as they were, 76,000 in excess. They registered first with Ghana. And then later we discovered in the Togo register, which was used recently. So who should be worried? Is it the Togolese should be worried or us? Because they appeared in our register first. So to speak, I mean, if that is the truth.
I'll be frank with you. Me sitting here, I have a family, live in Togo. I'm telling you. I have another family living in Bongtuku. They are my family, my descendants. They are there working.
And they are Ghanaian?
They were,
and they could qualify to be citizens?
That is the thing.
Okay.
So now who calls them? We are living in a global village. But
you can't vote anyhow in a global village.
Let him finish.
No, we don't have the time, unfortunately.
But you asked me a question. Let us do the right thing.
Okay.
Because at the time that they were compiling the register, my brother, they asked every party to submit what? A polling agent. To monitor what was going on.
And make sure frivolous people don't register.
So now who calls them?
All right. George Kuntu-Blankson is a former member of parliament for Infantiman East. It's now the constituency called the Kumfi in the central region. And I know that he's an aspirant there because the NDC, they've announced that the primaries are on. He's going to launch his campaign. When are you going to launch your campaign? Or your intentions, so to speak?
I'm in consultation with my followers.
Okay. And the date will come out soon.
And I'll let you know.
Okay.
Well, you are my nephew.
True. Okay, we'll be there to cover it for you.
Of course.
The launch. We have to be there, make sure that we get the media to cover it for you. And also, James Apietu-Ankra, a former member of parliament for Lower West Achim. For most of you who tend to read parliamentary Hansard and literature, it's called Lower West Achim. It's now occupied by Gifty Clenham. And thanks for joining me, sir.